Guys, welcome to Outside the Brand. This is your AEW Dynamite post show for May 31st, 2023. I'm your host, Phil, and of course, this is Outside the Brand. Thank you so much for joining us right here on your Wednesday nights, wherever you may be. I got my guy Zay here for another episode of an AEW Dynamite review, and we got Tay down there at the bottom with the "Look at my face," Brock Lesnar.
Look at his face.
What's going on, guys? How'd you feel about Dynamite tonight? I thought it was a very well put together show.
Yeah, I thought it was a good show. Good matches. It definitely made up for the lackluster Double or Nothing. It definitely made up for that. The TNT title, not TNT title, the TBS title is more relevant. Kris Statlander made the title mean something in one day more than what Jake Hogan did in 1 year.
In the 500 days?
Yes. And I thoroughly enjoyed that main event. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I honestly wish that main event happened at Double or Nothing. I do.
Yeah.
I honestly kind of enjoyed that a little bit more than the unsanctioned match myself. But Zay, how'd you feel about the show, man? I thought the matches were very well put together. The triple threat was kind of a little bit of a weird one, but it ended up working out in the end for the International Championship match that happened next week. The announcement of all announcements was CM Punk being back in Chicago for the United Center's debut of Collision. We'll definitely talk about that one. How'd you feel, bro?
I felt like the show was really good. It was in my eyes, a really good escalation from Double or Nothing. It carried that same energy, and it was a really good show. Solid matches. Everything made perfect sense. I like how, with the triple threat match, it didn't tell you the winner would get an international title shot, but then at the same time, you kind of had that feeling.
Yeah.
And then all the competitors had like a relation back to the Battle Royal. It was a very well and coherently booked show.
Yeah. So I thought this was a very well put together show by TK tonight. The triple threat, when I saw that announcement earlier on today from TK himself on his Twitter, and he gave the, very well put together announcement of all of this, saying that, Trent, he took the bullet for his friend in Orange Cassidy. Big Bill and Orange Cassidy were pretty much going at it almost throughout the entire thing. And then Swerve Strickland being the final person eliminated before Orange Cassidy would ultimately win the Battle Royal. I thought that was actually a very good explanation instead of just, throwing these three people together and just not giving an explanation at all. Having those three be in this triple threat or three-way match, whatever you want to call it, and possibly getting an international championship match in the process for next week. I mean, hell, sign me up when it comes to that. And OC is going to be defending this championship until he ultimately loses at some point, whether that's going to be on a Dynamite or at a Forbidden Door, or hell, maybe even an All In if we go that far. I don't think we go that far, but who knows when it comes to OC. But yeah, I thought this was really good. And that main event, man, that mixed tag team match, I thought it was really good. I really did. I enjoyed it. Britt Baker and Adam Cole, there are obviously a couple, but they work really well together. And Saraya
for couples that have chemistry in the ring, like Becky and Seth.
Yes.
Love them, but they had no fucking chemistry in the ring.
And Saraya and Chris Jericho, they worked well together as well, man. They're not like usually like they've really never been associated up until this point when it came to the Outcasts and the JAS being associated with each other with this AC feud. But at the end of the day, I thought it worked really well, and no real like shenanigans up until that very end with the kendo stick and Sheeta and the rest of the Outcasts and all that stuff, but it worked out really well.
I enjoyed it. I think they're building a women's blood and guts really well.
Yeah.
If they pull the trigger and make it blood and guts. In my opinion, what you do with Blood and Guts this year is you make the entire show 2 different Blood and Guts matches. Let the women do their thing. Maybe throw an Orange Cassidy defense in the middle, and then have the men close out the show, or either or. I feel like you have 2 feuds right now that could really fit that stipulation.
I definitely see 2 possible Blood and Guts matches happening. Obviously, the Elite and BCC, that's going to go to Blood and Guts. I mean, that's tailor made for BCC, and with the Elite, that's going to be happening now. And if TK wants to be that bold and put the first ever women's Blood and Guts match on television like that, hell, I'm for it. We just gotta see where it goes. How are you feeling about that, Tay, having the first ever Blood and Guts match for AEW involving Outcasts and Originals?
I'm not against it. I'm not against it. A women's Blood and Guts match would be cool to see. We've seen fucking lights out matches, unsanctioned matches for women, so fucking I forgot what match it was, but Thunder Rosa and Tam Mello, was it? Yeah, one of them. We've seen what's match. So I don't think a Blood and Guts match is too far fetched. I hope it does happen. But it's also a matter of Saraya, because she's yeah. I don't know.
That's the ultimate thing when it comes to that, is that if Saraya is going to be ready enough to be a part of something like that, and the backlash that I know AEW would get, considering she came back from a career-threatening neck injury. AEW is going to get slack from that.
They shit on Saraya when she does anything. Saraya could do a DDT, and they'd be like, "Oh my god, her fucking neck's made of duct tape. Why are you letting her do?" They just don't like Saraya.
That's also very true. That's also very true. But yeah, guys, we're going to talk about everything that happened tonight on Dynamite, especially with that Collision announcement. CM Punk is official for Chicago at the United Center.
Somebody go check on
Collision's debut show. What's up?
So CM Punk is back. Somebody go check on Erica.
Erica's very happy right now. If you've seen the Discord already, she's just going absolutely wild. But listen, it's gonna. I personally enjoy CM Punk in AEW. I have since the beginning. I understand there's a lot of controversy when it comes to CM Punk, but honestly, that's what you have to expect. I think it's gonna be okay for everybody involved. We got to figure out what the hell the rosters are going to be now for Collision, because apparently we got to figure that out, because we're only a few weeks away. And if we're going to be doing some kind of split between the rosters here, we got to figure that out. We got to figure out what championships are going to be on what shows, what's happening. So we got to figure out when it comes to that, but CM Punk is going to be there.
I don't think we're going to see a WWE style brand split. I think we'll see something along the lines of just, hey, CM, I was ready to say CM Dynamite, fucking idiot, or CW Dynamite, fucking idiot. CM Punk is gonna work Collision on these dates, and then he'll work Dynamites on these days, and the same days he's working Dynamite, the Elite will work Collision. I think that's the only split we'll see. I don't think we'll see many people be brand exclusive. If anything, it's probably just going to be CM Punk and Thunder Rosa.
The way they're making it seem, it looks like it could be an actual roster split or whatever. But at the end of the day, I just want to see what AEW does with it, because this is their version of it. This is their way of doing things. They always do things a lot differently when it comes to just, their style and the way that they go about things. And I'm cool with that. I'm cool with being different. Obviously, they were called the alternative for a reason. There's gonna be alternative ways to go about things, but you gotta nail some stuff down before you just go all the way.
I think if they are gonna do like a very hard brand split, that's a terrible decision, because I don't care how much hostility is in the air. the amount of money you make with CM Punk versus Kenny Omega before all of this, the amount of money you would have made with Kenny Omega versus CM Punk was fucking monstrous.
Yeah.
Now, like if you would have had a $1 million gate before All Out last year, you got a $10 million gate right now. It's too much money on the table for CM Punk not to get involved with the Elite in some way.
I mean, if anything, I would personally hope that both Collision and Dynamite, both the Collision and Dynamite rosters would be a part of the pay-per-views. I mean, that would just make sense, you know. I don't want brand exclusive pay-per-views when it comes to AEW, because at the end of the day, I'm not trying to have 2 pay-per-views a quarter or 2 pay-per-views a month or whatever like that. We don't know what's happening. We don't know.
Making me go, I don't believe it's going to be a hard brand split.
Yeah.
Because everybody's like, oh yeah, they're just not going to interact. They're going to be 2 different rosters. And the first thing everyone said was the pay-per-views. Like, they're going to both work the pay-per-views. You're not going to have a pay-per-view without Punk. You're not going to have a pay-per-view without the Elite.
Yeah.
Which is why I think they're not going to do, like, the whole fucking hard split situation, because either way, they're going to be in the same building. So you might as well just, like, there's no point in making an entire brand split right now.
Now, I mean, that's not to say, in my opinion, that I don't think they can't do it. You know, they have enough championships in order to do it. All you have to do is, I personally would just have one AEW World Championship. I'm not creating another, because that's just, you know, that's not what we need. The TBS Championship can be on TBS. The TNT title can go on TNT. The tag team and trios divisions could be on separate brands, depending on what you want to do to make that show feel different. And you have stuff like that. It's not like they can't do it, but can they, you know, have enough manpower in order to actually keep things, you know, symmetrical and actually, you know, cohesive is what the problem is.
If I was doing it, I'm putting the TNT title on Collision. The TNT title on Collision, make that like your main championship. The trios titles on Collision, and the international title. Everything else, I would keep on Dynamite, because that's obviously going to be your A show. Whether people like it or not, you need an A show and you need a B show. So, I would say Collision's definitely the B show.
Yeah, to me right now, Collision is AEW's version of Friday Night SmackDown.
Yeah.
And obviously Dynamite is like their Monday Night Raw flagship show. But Tony Khan's got to figure it out, man. Or at least we think he has it all figured out. I mean, if you guys watched... If you guys watch AEW All Access, he has his little papers and notebooks and everything like that. He has this shit written down, so he knows what he's trying to do.
I just hope that, I know it's probably not going to happen, but I hope they kind of like, you know, change the setup a little bit, make it feel different.
Yeah, if anything's a consolation, I would want to see 2 different stage sets for Dynamite and Collision. I know it's probably not gonna happen, but making the shows feel different in that aspect, along with possibly a roster, who knows?
And since it looks so much like
I want to see a difference when it comes to those.
Yeah, and since, you know, it looks like the old Monday Nitro logo, you know how they used to have a logo in the middle of the ring? They can have the Collision logo in the middle of the ring.
Yeah.
You know, you can change the ropes to fucking red or something.
Give Collision the old school Dynamite tunnels.
Yeah.
You can make that
But they
happen,
have like a little red theme going on though, like a red.
Yeah, they don't use the tunnels anymore. Give it to Collision.
Yeah. They have the big Collision logo in the middle of the ring like they used to do with AEW.
I personally liked the babyface and heel tunnels when they had that kind of a stage setup. I wouldn't have minded there. They still technically come out on 2 separate sides if you actually pay attention, but it doesn't have that same feel. to me on that Dynamite stage than it did with the tunnels.
You can't do something as simple as back in the old school where you could have a face come out and then tease the audience because he walks away in the heel tunnel.
Right.
Yeah, like Cody did that.
Like
one
little
time.
shit like that was very important, but I don't know why they did it. They do that.
Yeah, I remember Cody did that shit one time. Everybody lost their shit.
Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah. Cody walked down that heel tunnel.
Don't get me wrong. If you
like, whoa.
Oh, trust me, I was completely freaking out when that happened. But and trust me, guys, I personally like the stage that they got going on right now with Dynamite. I've been there live with both stages. Both stages when it came to the tunnels and with this stage. They're absolutely beautiful in their own right. It's just the tunnels, they hit differently when you saw them and when you actually saw things actually play out on television.
One thing I do wonder.
It worked real.
One thing I do wonder.
But go ahead.
One thing I do wonder. The AEW game, are they gonna update the arena?
That I'm not too sure of. The gameplay that they have right now is the old school stage with the tunnels. I'm not too sure right now, but like AEW games have said before, like Kenny the Bucks and basically anybody that has worked on this game, Aubrey Edwards has said before, that this game is not a yearly release. It's going to be built upon month after month after month, and it's going to be like an actual like game that is going to be built upon for years to come. So
one thing they might add in the future, but one thing I was hoping is that we get like not like a universe type mode for Dynamite. You know, like you can have this guy's your champion, this guy's your champion. You know,
that's the one thing that I was kind of a little bummed out for too. But hopefully that could be added or somewhat installed for like a game or two.
At some point, make a universe mode because the Twitch content with that would be nuts.
Who wouldn't want to create their own shows and do all the kind of thing and like actually make the roster have it all? Like, man, that would be so.
And then the storylines, right? You have time to build them up because you only have 4 pay-per-views a year. Well, 5 if you count Forbidden Door.
Yeah. I actually can't wait for the game, man. It's coming out in like what, a month? It's legitimately a month away. I am so ready for it. There's gonna be so much content, bro.
What does it come out on, like June 25th?
29th.
June 29th. Yeah, so legitimately a month away. Yeah. So I'm excited for it, man. I can't wait for it all to go down for AEW Fight Forever. They actually had Fight Forever like plastered on the boards tonight for the stage setup. So they were basically announcing all of that and making sure that everybody knew that Fight Forever's coming out.
Yeah, they're putting that logo on people's faces like, the game is here.
I'm just glad that
Fight Forever, man.
I'm just glad that AEW wait forever. We ain't gotta wait forever no more.
Listen, man, you just gotta be patient, bro. Nobody's patient nowadays in the world of pro wrestling. You gotta be patient, man.
Low key, the 2K games kind of fucked up people's patience because 2K is dropping the game every year. So in everybody else's mind, when they announced it in 2020, be like, "Yeah, we'll have it by Christmas." What are you talking about? This be announced it by Christmas. What are you?
Hell, they announced this shit day one actually. When the AEW first started,
they thought that game was going to drop in March, 4 months afterwards, bro.
Everybody's got to be patient.
I'm just glad we're trying to get a fucking release day
when it needs to come out. I'm just happy that Eddie Kingston looks better, bro. I am very happy Eddie Kingston looks better, man, because that Eddie Kingston photo or whatever happened with that was bad. That was bad.
Uncle Fester. He looked like Uncle Fester. Now he looks like
they did not put eyelids on him. That was the problem. They just didn't. They
didn't do anything with him.
That man was dead ass just in the camera like
that. It didn't. It was not Eddie Kingston. If you put a face to face, like if Zay's picture was the Eddie Kingston from real life and mine was the Eddie Kingston from the in-game model, those aren't the same people.
That wasn't
same people.
That wasn't Eddie. That was Edward. That was Edward right there.
Nigga, that was Edward Cate.
I would say Edwin. Edwin.
Yeah, Edwin. Edwin King.
Edwin. All right, guys, let's go over everything. Eduardo. That's it. That's the fucking ticket.
Eduardo.
All right, guys, let's go through everything that happened on AEW Dynamite tonight. Before you make sure to hit the like button, turn on the bell for all notifications. That way you never miss when we go live. We'll be live on Friday for the Friday Night SmackDown post show. The 1,000 day celebration for the tribal shithead Roman Reigns.
Boo.
It's happening. But what is Jay thinking? Because Jimmy became Himmy at Night of Champions when he super kicked the fucker in the face. He became the real tribal chief of everybody's, existence, and it's going to be hell to pay. I know there's going to be something going down on Friday, so stay tuned for that. They, for some reason, just loaded up Rampage with like 5 championship matches, so that's interesting. I mean, most likely all of them are going to be retained, but I mean, it's going to be banger matches all over the place.
This one I don't like Tony Khan, because now he's going to make me watch Rampage. Now he's going to make me watch that shit.
I was like half paying attention during Excalibur's spiel. And all I heard was, I was like, yeah, he's going through these pretty fast, whatever. I heard Katsuyori Shibata. I was like, Shibata on Rampage randomly. What are you talking about?
Yes,
Shibata.
Shibata, I'm a fan of Shibata now, bro. I am a fan.
Who is Shibata even wrestling?
I think it's Action Andretti.
No, that's Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Zack Sabre Jr.
That should have ZSJ on a random Rampage. They are building Forbidden Door underneath our noses right now. That's what they're doing.
Oh yeah. Dude,
I forgot who he's wrestling, but he's wrestling somebody.
I can honestly look it up right now. I'm like, shows and is never usually prepared, so let's just figure it out.
Imagine flying out Shibata for Rampage.
You can have him on Dynamite, man.
It's kind of wild. Okay, so here it is. We have 4 championship matches, not 5. I apologize, it's 4. So we got El Hijo del Vikingo defending his AAA Mega Championship against Commander and Drilistico. So it's just luchadors all around in that match. That's going to be fucking insane.
A lot of fun.
We have Willow Nightingale defending her New Japan Strong Women's Championship against Emi Sakura. So that's an easy win for Willow Nightingale. That should be interesting. AEW Dark Queen right there for Emi Sakura.
Okay, cool.
We have Zack Sabre Jr. defending his New Japan World Television Championship against Action.
That title is ugly.
Shit. That's going to be fantastic.
And
then we have Katsuyori Shibata versus Lee Moriarty for the Ring of Honor Pure Championship.
Lee Moriarty's about to die. He's about to die.
Bro, I gotta work Friday.
I can't hear you, bro.
Crazy.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. So there you go. And then let's not forget we have Orange Cassidy versus Swerve next Wednesday for the International Championship. So that's gonna be something great too.
Damn you, Tony Khan, you're gonna make me watch Rampage.
These bangers on when I gotta be on the clock, bro. Some bullshit.
Damn you, Tony Khan, you're actually gonna make me watch Rampage, bro.
I might check it out like this coming Saturday. I'm probably not gonna watch it live because I'll just I'll probably just see do the SmackDown review. But if anything, if it's on a replay or whatever, I'll check it out. But yeah, so that's gonna be happening on Rampage. If you want to watch that, go watch that. Subscribe to the channel, like I said, if you haven't already. Go go down into the links in the description.
Do it now.
You guys can go get the merch at Teespring. Use the code OTB20 at checkout for 20% off your purchase. Use our official sponsor for tonight's episode, SeatGeek. Use the code OTB at checkout for $20 off your first purchase using SeatGeek. And go down into the link in the description one more time for the WWE Shop affiliate link. It's my affiliate link, but any commission that you basically send me for purchasing something will go straight to the channel. That way I can continue making this show the best it possibly can be. So go buy yourself something from WWE Shop right now, and treat yourself. It's the beginning of the summer months. Treat yourself to something nice and support OTB in any way you can. Zay and Tay. That I didn't even mean to do that. What do you guys got?
Oh, you already know me. NBA Tay 02 and NBA Tay Talks Wrestling on TikTok. And I am partnered with W Energy. If you go to w.gg and use my code NBATAE, that's NBATAE, you get 10% off your order. And I'm also a WWE Shop affiliate myself. Go to the link. I got to put it in my bio because I'm a dumbass. But go to the link in my bio. Once I put it in there, you go to the link, buy some shit, and I get some commission.
Of course, y'all know y'all can find me at The Star Before Time on any social media. I am also partnered with W Energy, bringing the banner back. Code TSB4T for 10% off your order. I'm not a shop affiliate, nor do I have a SeatGeek code because I'm not clouded up enough. But
they rejected me.
they got me too. But of course, y'all can follow the Main Event Players on YouTube and Twitch, and y'all can see me there pretty much anytime. Off the top rope, after dark. I'm here on OTB. Geek Culture Podcast dropping tomorrow as well.
Yep, stay tuned for that. That's gonna be fun.
That's gonna be awesome. All right, let's do it, guys. If you haven't already, so follow me on social at _on everything is Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and go check it out if you guys aren't already. And we'll get right into AEW Dynamite right now on the official post show for Outside the Brand. We started off with Pyro just going crazy as he usually does. Excalibur and everybody from the announce team welcomes us to AEW Dynamite, and the Blackpool Combat Club are seen coming through the crowd as we get started with our first matchup, which is a 6-man tag team match or a trios match in AEW. It's the Blackpool Combat Club's Claudio Castagnoli, Wheeler Yuta, and Jon Moxley taking on the team of the Lucha Brothers and Bandido, with Bryan Danielson on commentary with the rest of the crew. The Blackpool Combat Club just walk through the crowd like they're the fucking Shield, and I love it. I think it's absolutely fantastic. If there's anybody that should know what the Blackpool Combat Club should be looking like in terms of presentation, it's a guy like Jon Moxley doing something like this when it comes to the presentation of them walking through the crowd. It's been picture perfect since they turned heel, and I've loved it ever since they did. It's great.
This faction should have always been heel.
Yeah.
It just makes too much sense. Yes, we all loved them at first, but it just made too much sense for them not to be heels, for them not to be assholes, for them not just to be going around whipping everybody's ass because they're better than everyone. This is the entire thing is just so fucking perfectly done, and I love the Blackpool Combat Club. I need that Blackpool Wrestling hoodie to go on AEWshop.com already.
Yes, Tony.
I will fight you, bro. I've been in the gym, bro. You can catch these hands if I don't get that hoodie soon.
Agreed. Put it on the shop, you coward.
Bro, Put it on the shop and I'll buy that bitch right now. On OTV Live, I will buy that bitch right now.
Dude, trust me, man. I love everything about the Blackpool Combat Club, man. They're so good. And for anybody that is saying right now, because I've been seeing this go around a lot lately, that Wheeler Yuta just does not fit the Blackpool Combat Club whatsoever, shut your fucking mouth.
Bugging.
He does.
He's great. He's fantastic. And like
the group was made for someone like you.
He's absolutely fantastic. Now I will say, yes, exactly. It was made for somebody like Wheeler Yuta to reap the benefits off of people like Brian, like Mock, like Claudio. And the fact of the matter is, while I do have to say, Wheeler did he did not bleed a single ounce during the Anarchy in the Arena. He legitimately had no scratch on him, which is kind of insane. Regardless, he was fantastic in that match. He's great here. He's great in the Blackpool Combat Club, so I don't understand the issue. I really don't.
Did anyone notice? Did anyone notice? Jon Moxley did not bleed in this match.
Well, okay.
He didn't bleed.
We're on a one show streak of no Jon Moxley blood. I know we're
on a one show streak of him not bleeding.
That's gonna end next week. Watch. It's gonna end.
We're on a one show.
No, they're gonna do a segment on Rampage and he's gonna bleed, bro. It's not gonna last.
They're gonna do some kind of backstage brawl or something. But listen, I love everything about the presentation of the BCC. I think it's absolutely great. Bryan Danielson on commentary made this even better. The Lucha Bros and Bandido are a great trio. Oh yeah, for sure. I love Bandido with the Lucha Bros as a trio. I think that absolutely just fits. But Bandido, I have one question. What were you wearing tonight, bro? You were looking like some sort of radioactive.
Whoa! Let's cool off. That was a shout out to a Hispanic local television legend. I can't remember his name, but me, Sienna, and Saul were talking about it in our Latino group chat. He is a Hispanic local television legend. All right, including Down to the Heart with the letter N, bro. It was a beautiful shout out. He does look ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, they look crazy.
Dumb. But
it looked ridiculous. But hell, if it was for something, if it was actually for a shadow or whatever, then it was fine. I'm fine with that. Then it just looked really weird. When I saw him, do the whole lucha thing with antlers coming out of his goddamn head. It was wild, man. It was wild.
I know, bro. It looks so dumb. But it's also so fucking cool. I'm sorry.
It was wild, but I thought this trios match absolutely killed it. I absolutely.
Oh shit!
I'm sorry. Love the way that everybody was going about it. Yeah.
Oh, here's a good comparison for you. You ever watched The Simpsons?
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I thought you were gonna say no.
The Killer Bee guy. In the bee costume that just runs around.
Okay.
That's the same. That's the same thing.
Okay. But yeah, I thought this BCC and Lucha Bros Bandido trios match was really good. I thought this was a fun way to kick off the show. It's something that usually doesn't really get to kick off the show all that often. When it comes to an AEW Dynamite, we've been usually seeing an Orange Cassidy match week in and week out, starting the show and getting things going throughout the match, and really having that be a show opener because OC has just been on the string of matches as of late where Tony Khan's just trying to prove to everybody that OC can go.
Him.
But we started off with this trios match, and it's great.
Orange Cassidy is him.
He's been on this massive win streak right now, man. So I mean, it's great to see. But this
I just
trios
didn't want
match,
an Orange Cassidy disrespect, and it was. I don't like it. I don't like it.
whoever says Orange Cassidy can't wrestle, I mean, that's just, they're legitimately
That's a
hating at this
lie.
point, just to hate.
That is a
'Cause-
lie.
You're just lying to
These other
yourself.
guys are a liar.
But yeah, how'd you guys feel about the trios match, man? I thought it was just a very fun way to open the show.
I thought it was a good
It was a
match.
great
It
start.
was cool to see them open the show a different way this time instead of Orange Cassidy. The match is pretty cool. I love everything about the BCC. They've definitely grown on me. At first, I didn't really like it, but now they've really grown on me, and so I can't wait to see what they do next.
I think this falls into my statement earlier where I said Dynamite felt like the perfect escalation from Double or Nothing. It didn't feel like, oh, we're at a new show. It felt like this could be Double or Nothing extended because we ended with the Blackpool Combat Club and we started with the Blackpool Combat Club.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a really fun match. Bryan Danielson is always a W whenever he gets to be on television. And, I'm enjoying this streak they got Wheeler Yuta on to where he's either being shown as the student who needs to learn or the student who's grown so much. I like that balance for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's getting these wins for the Blackpool Combat Club, which I think is a massive important thing when it comes to all of this, because he pinned Kenny Omega in the Anarchy in the rematch, which a lot of people really can't say that you've pinned Kenny Omega. So that's a fantastic thing for Wheeler. Then he pinned, I believe it was Bandido in this match to win it for the Blackpool Combat Club here. The rest of everybody in the BCC, and Claudio, Moxley, and Brian, they're all just gathering around this kid and saying, hey, you have been the guy right now that has been, we've trained you this far. We've got you to this point. Now you see where it's all paying off. That's what this whole BCC thing is about. Having Wheeler Yuta learn the benefits from these professionals and getting him to where he needs to be.
I randomly just thought of this, but Wheeler Yuta's the only one to pin Kenny Omega in a sanctioned match in the BCC.
Yep.
No one else in an official
Yeah.
match has pinned Kenny Omega. Not even Moxley, not Danielson. Claudio and Kenny have never been in the ring together, which I don't know how you don't book that match within the next 2 weeks, Tony Khan. I'm so dead ass.
There's gonna have to be a match between those two.
Claudio and Kenny. Ooh, inject that into my
there's
veins
gonna have
right
to be
now.
at some point. I mean, and I was thinking, I was like, you know what? You are 100% right, because the match that we saw between Brian and Kenny the first time was that they're drawn there. And any other time, I mean, there's not been many times for Brian and Omega to go in there, but no, he hasn't pinned Omega.
Only the one.
So
Moxley
Wheeler's the guy, man.
Moxley's faced Omega 3 times, twice in actual matches because their first match was unsanctioned. In which, he pinned Kenny Omega there, but it was an unsanctioned match. It doesn't count. Doesn't matter.
Oh, that damn barbed wire match. That shit was crazy.
Oh, well, yeah.
The explosion. More like the sparklers.
Fucking pyro guys that ain't get the right shit.
Like, come on, it's supposed to be an exploding barbed wire death match. All we got was like, man, I see more fires like that than fucking 4th of July.
Damn it! Listen, you'll live and you'll learn.
Don't get me started. I mean, they've been blowing fireworks around this motherfucker all day.
You live and you learn when it comes to that kind of stuff. But hey, at least, I mean, people were even making the joke about the the exploding super kick being more explosive than that barbed wire death match.
It
So I
was.
mean, hell,
It was more explosive than that barbed wire death match, and that's the sad part. It was.
But guys, this was a really good 6-man tag team match. Yuta comes running in, but is cut off by Phoenix and Penta, who take Claudio down and sends him colliding with Moxley in the process. Bandido and Yuta tag in now, trading punches and elbows, and at a near standstill until Yuta takes a bite out of Luchador. He's basically biting him in the head, who responds with a kick to the face of Yuta. Yuta then hits the ropes but gets taken down by Bandido, and the Lucha Bros dive on Claudio and Mox onto the outside. Bandido then goes for a cover for a near fall. Bandido then is looking to take Yuta down, but Mox and Claudio interfere, allowing Yuta to hit a running knee strike. Shout out to Brian. And a hammer and anvil elbow strike before getting the pinfall with, I don't know what he's calling that now. Is it the seatbelt? I think it's the seatbelt.
The seatbelt.
I think it's like a seatbelt type of pin.
Technique.
Yeah.
It is not an official move. It is a pinning technique called the seatbelt.
The seatbelt. Okay. So that's what I thought they called it, but yeah, so he did the pinning seatbelt for the win. And now is it. I will recall the spot though where Bandido had Wheeler in a stalling suplex for a minute. They did a 60-second count, the crowd and Bandido, but
that was crazy.
They were just gonna call it a minute. Wow, they were locked.
The crowd
in,
is either fast or slow, so it could be 58 seconds or a minute and 5 seconds.
They said 60, and then he went down on Claudio. So I
mean,
crowd, it is what it is.
He went down on Claudio. Whoa!
Well,
hey yo,
he brought Wheeler down onto Claudio into super stuff. So yeah, whatever.
Claudio.
But
I missed that part. I ain't seen nobody go down on nobody.
He finished the suplex. Is what I fucking meant, you asshole. But regardless, they did a 60 count, and then the suplex was finished. It was just a crazy. I didn't know when he was gonna stop. I really didn't.
I thought they were gonna go for 100.
They're probably gonna go to 30.
When they hit like 40, I was like,
I thought they were gonna go to 30 max.
100, right? Like that would be crazy.
The blood gonna be rushing to his head and shit. Gonna be all busy.
And Bandido was like, just trying to tell the crowd to like either count faster or do something with his hands, because he's like, "Come on, guys, count." So I could put this man down because I'm either losing grip.
I think it's a typical thing to like, be louder, be louder. But at the same time, I'm thinking Bandido's like, hurry the fuck up. I don't know if I can actually hold this nigga for the full minute. Hold the fuck up.
Either get to 60 or just stop counting.
So I can drop this motherfucker.
Do you think they planned for that to be 60 seconds? Or did they get to like 30 and
I don't think so,
like,
no.
Bro, put me down. They're like, they're still counting, bro. It doesn't make sense.
Nah, I think they just, the crowd was into it and they just went with it.
They definitely didn't plan that. It looked like Wheeler Yuta was telling him, bro, just drop me already.
And at 60, Bandido's just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to put him down. I'm just because I also even saw possibly Claudio and Moxley, not mouthing something, but they were like they were trying to like shake their heads saying, all right, let's figure this out now. Like they were trying to figure out when it's going to happen too. So like, what's happening?
I think they probably went to do like the class. I think Bandido classically does like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
I think
he's done that song suplex before.
I thought Bandido was like, oh yeah, I'll do a few extra seconds, and the crowd just wouldn't shut the fuck up. So everybody's just looking at him like, When is he gonna stop?
I will say this. Where were they tonight? They were in Sacramento?
They were in. They were somewhere.
Where were
They
they
weren't in
tonight?
Sacramento though.
Was it? I don't
San
think it was
Diego, not Sacramento. It was San Diego.
Yeah, there we go.
It was San Diego. It was San Diego. San Diego, you killed it tonight when it came to the crowd. You were
This is the
way
crowd that
fucking
they
better than
needed.
Vegas.
This was the crowd they
You were
needed at
way
Double or
fucking
Nothing.
better than Vegas.
That
I don't
Double
know
or
what the
Nothing crowd
fuck
was
Vegas
ass.
did. I don't
Or
know
at
what
least
the
you
fuck
came
Vegas
across
did to
better
just,
on
you know,
TV.
get me off, but they just...
Because
Vegas,
from
I don't know
everything
what
I
they
heard
was
from
on.
people who were
Because
actually
Vegas
at Double or
sucked.
Nothing, the crowd was crazy. The people who were actually at the show said the crowd was loud. They were into the show the entire time. I just don't think they came across well on TV.
It didn't. It did not.
It definitely
I
didn't.
think this crowd
I
came
mean...
across on TV a lot better.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. They were actually lively. On TV for Double or Nothing, it did not translate at all. I mean, I know people that were there in Vegas too, and they told me the exact same thing, that, I mean, it was a very lively crowd all night, but it did not translate well on TV.
And see.
So, you know, you live and you learn. I personally want Double or Nothing out of Vegas next year. I personally would want to see it in Atlantic City. I think Atlantic City would fit perfectly with Double or Nothing.
You know, and I'm not saying that because I'm fairly close to Atlantic City, and you know it wouldn't even be that crazy for me to go to the show.
That's exactly the reason why I'm saying it. Like, I'm not saying because I'm close to
the scenery.
it. I'm not saying that because I'm close to New Jersey or whatever. I just think it would be a great venue change. Okay.
And if you
me personally,
happen to see me at the show, that's just a coincidence.
Me personally, I like destination shows, but when it comes to a destination show like a Las Vegas at like an MGM Grand or something like that, you want to make that special. You want to make that special. You want to make that like a not once a year type of a thing, but like you want to make it special so that when you do go there, that's when the fans are like going to be really live and loud because we don't go there all that often.
I think they have two places where they could be their big destination. They're MSGs, if you will, right?
Right.
The MGM Grand and the former Sears Center. I can't remember. I think it's like Capital One Arena now.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say where. Well, I was gonna say there. When Cole re-debuted, when Cole came back at the Forum, I was gonna say the Forum, man, because the Forum was loud.
Ooh, or Arthur Ashe.
Well, obviously, Arthur Ashe has to happen for every Grand Slam. That has to happen for that because I think it's not only just an easy drive for me. You make that like a yearly
destination spot, but like for your big ones, I think you keep the Sears Center where you had the first All In. You could really make that like your big destination.
Yeah.
But also Grand Slam kind of fits better as your big destination show because Arthur Ashe is fucking beautifully huge and it looks amazing on television.
It's amazing.
Imagine how it would look at a pay-per-view,
bro.
I bet it is.
It's amazing in person too.
I know.
I
twice.
You were there.
2 years in a row.
No need to rub it in my face.
Listen, I'm gonna go to all Grand Slams if it happens in Arthur Ashe, bro. I made it a personal mission of mine to do that.
No need to
I'm just hoping it's actually there this time.
Because I'm trying to go this year.
It's when when.
What? It cut out. I didn't hear that.
It's gonna be a Wednesday in September. We just gotta figure out what Wednesday it is.
Oh, say lies. Say lies. I will
my guess is that my guess My guess is probably going to be September 20th, because it's usually because I think the last 2 years fell on the third Wednesday of September. I believe, but I mean, you guys just gotta either take my note for that or whatever. But we'll see. But I know it's gonna be in September. So a very
do
good,
it in October.
very
Do it, Tony Khan. Do it in October this year. My September's busy. Do it in October this year.
I highly doubt that, but
a very, very fun, first matchup here for the 6-man tag team match. We saw backstage where we see the Elite talk about the anarchy in the arena, where they go from here until the Dark Order pop up and confront Hangman Adam Page, saying it's like, oh wait, I'm sorry, you're with your new best friends now. I apologize. And Alex Marvez is like, hey, listen, Hangman, before you go catch up with the Dark Order, I have to ask. A lot of people are trying to figure out where Kenny Omega is now, because apparently he's out of the country. What's happening? Hangman basically just said, yeah, he's out of the country, but he's not in Canada. And then he went
we know
off
where
with
that
the
man
Dark
is.
Order.
Stop playing with me. That nigga. As soon as Takeshita's knee hit his face, the first thing in his mind was, I'm calling Coda. It's over. Niggas is finna die. We are seeing murder Ibushi.
No. Did you notice though? Did you notice though? During Don Callis' promo, he said he was better than Okada. So it could be Okada.
I know a lot of people think it might be Okada.
It's gotta be Ibushi.
I think we might just see Takeshita face Okada this year. I hope Takeshita versus Okada would be a banger.
Oh my god!
Dude! I don't think there's no one he could have called but Ibushi. I think he got backstage and he said, "Ibushi-san, you want to kick some ass? It's over."
It's gotta be Ibushi. It's gotta be. But I mean, Kenny, Jesus, Takeshita. And fucking, give me that, bro. Oh my god. Takeshita and Okada.
Bro, we are going to be eating so good this year, bro.
And the entire roster's at full strength again.
Yes. As long as no one get fucked up before Forbidden Door, bro, we are going to look at the best show of the year. I'm calling it now. Forbidden Door is going to be show of the year.
I mean, and Forbidden Door last year was fantastic too.
Yeah, I mean, think of the possibilities of what they could do at Forbidden Door this year, bro. They could run up Kenny versus Takeshita. They could do Takeshita versus Omega. I mean, Takeshita versus Okada. They could do Okada versus Kenny 5 if they really fucking wanted to. They could do Coda and Omega versus Takeshita and someone else. They could. Yeah, my head is damn near ready to explode, bro.
We were actually supposed to get Okada and Punk last year, but Punk obviously was injured at the time, and he actually couldn't.
Wait,
was not able to be.
It was
Tanahashi.
Oh, it was Tanahashi, not Okada. It was Tanahashi. My bad. But I mean,
still, think you get that match this year.
Oh my god, that would have been great to see. Hopefully. I mean, Punk is going to show up at Forbidden Door. He'll be at Forbidden Door and he'll wrestle there. It's just got to be figured out. But yeah, I mean, even still, I mean, god damn, I would have loved to see that. But yes, also Aiden, you are right. Kenny also said at the end of Double or Nothing that he has 1 or 2 friends over there in Japan that could help him. So I mean, dude, come on, it's gotta be Ibushi.
That's why he said that. As soon as he got hit with that knee, his brain said, "I'm calling Coda. He's playing no more games. He's sick of y'all niggas, bro. The BCC is fucked."
Yeah, no.
But the match I really need to see,
dude, that entire Blood and Guts match, bro, gonna be so good.
Bro, I cannot wait for Kota Ibushi to no-sell a Cesaro uppercut.
Oh my god.
Claudio is gonna put his
He's
whole
gonna
body
be lifted up, do the uppercut, he's just gonna stand there.
Hey, bro, I'm telling you,
He's
as soon
gonna
as
land on
that
his
man
feet.
start wiping his nose like this, just put your hands up like this, because you are about to die.
He's gonna be lifting up in the air, do the uppercut, but land on his feet, do the nose thing, and then fucking hit him with a forearm or something. Because he's just
Those four. I
Bro.
watched an Ibushi match today. Those forearms are deadly.
Top 3 things you don't want to hear. The Lil Wayne lighter flick, because you know a banger's coming. You don't want to be on the other end of one of these from Kenny Omega because you are catching a knee to the jaw. And you don't want Kota Ibushi to wipe his nose like this. Because you're just dead. Nothing is worse than this.
It's done.
That is
gonna
as
be
deadly
so
as
good,
moving
man.
on
I
wrestling.
can't
I'm
wait.
leaving the ring if he hits this bitch on me, bro.
I can't wait. I can't wait. So that's gonna be very interesting to see. And I was actually wondering what was gonna happen with the Dark Order since Heyman basically up and left him in the dust. So I don't know if something's gonna just do something, but we'll see.
Turn them heel.
Obviously Zay wants a heel turn.
Them
I
heel.
don't mind it.
Because look, I understand why
don't
you were
mind it,
keeping
bro.
them face at first. I understand why they turned face. I understand why
Yeah.
you kept them face for so long, right? But it's time.
Mhm.
It's time.
Yeah.
Make them heel again.
There's got to be something.
Bring back the creepers.
Oh my god, yeah. We're not saying find a new exalted one or whatever.
No.
We just
No.
want them to be heels
Let
again.
Evil Uno lead the group, obviously. He's not the exalted one. Just let him lead the group.
Yeah.
There's only 3 of them left.
Yeah.
He'll be fine. Let him lead the group.
I mean, we had 10, but no, now he's goddamn Pero Pelagroso or whatever. He's like a goddamn fine wine with Incubinable. So
What is his nigga name?
He's like El Pero Agubinable or whatever. He's like some kind of fine wine or whatever. He's all those guys. And he's like El Pero Pelagroso or whatever. It's so weird.
I love it. I love the name. It's so fucking stupid. It's perfect for wrestling. But yeah, back to what we were saying. To bring back the creepers.
Yeah, no.
There's only 3 of them left. We have Stu Grayson signed. You could bring him into Stu Grayson's. That's cool. But like everyone left.
Yes.
I haven't seen Colt
Stu
Cabana
Grayson
in a
is
year.
back.
Anna Jay left the Dark Order in the quietest fashion I've ever seen anyone leave.
Yeah.
Alan Angels is in Impact.
Honestly, that was a good thing for her, though. That was a good thing for her, though. I didn't want her to be just pigeonholed into the Dark Order, because I think she's a lot better now.
For a heel
than
turn,
she was.
It was really good for her. I still personally think it would have been fun to see her turn Sammy and Ty face and have them join the Dark Order for a bit. Not permanently, but have them come in for a bit.
Yeah.
Because Sammy and Evil Uno banter would be hilarious. I mean, they make a lot of dick jokes. Imagine how funny Sammy Guevara would be with just a bunch of dick jokes. He's juvenile as fuck anyway. Bro. I'm cooking.
Very true.
Anyway.
And yes, that is the translation of El Perro Pelagroso is the dangerous dog. Yes. That's what he's known as in AEW.
Dangerous dog.
I know. I know what. Obviously, I knew like.
Which is that might be worse than 10. That might be
Pedro
worse than
Grosso
10. Who knows? That might be worse than 10. I mean, I know that's just a number. I know that's just a number spelled TEN.
It's not. It's not worse than 10. It's not worse than 10.
Well, he was
Pedrogrosso is a good ass name for wrestling. I'm sorry.
Well, he was Preston Vance, and that's why they did 10. for him. He was number 10 in the Dark Order. He was Preston Vance. But then they just changed his name to El Perro Grosso. And let's not fucking forget about Big Bill from W. Morrissey, okay?
I'm sorry.
Dude,
some of these names
Big
are good.
Bill
I
is
like
disgusting,
Big Bill.
and I don't want that.
I like Big Bill.
I hate
I
Big
like
Bill
it better
with a
than
passion.
W. Morrissey.
Oh, we say fuck Big Bill for.
I hate Big Bill with a passion. I don't hate Cass. I think Cass is actually great. Cass is in the best shape of his life. But I hate the name. I hate the name. Cause anybody could be Big Bill. I can go down my street right now and find a Big Bill. I have an Uncle Bill. He looks like my great Uncle Bill. And
Uncle
you know,
Bill.
Right, but like right. But you got to understand, right? He's just Big Bill, but he's the biggest Bill of the Billy Bobs to ever Billy Bob. He's Big Billy, bro. It's a good ass name. We love Big Bill.
We're not doing the biggest Bob. We're not doing the biggest Bob we ever seen to Big Bill. No, that doesn't fit.
He's not
the biggest Bob we ever seen works. Not the biggest Bill. Nah, we're not doing that. He's not
the
Bob,
biggest
and
Bob.
he'll never be Bob.
He's Big Billy Bob. He's Big Billy Badass. He's Big Billiam something. He's Big Billiam. There's a difference.
Big Billiam, that's crazy.
That's wild. So we're back at ringside, and you know, we see Tony Schiavone in the ring. He was actually all over the place tonight, Tony Schiavone, for inside the ring interviews or whatever. Like, he was here, and he was welcoming Jay White and Rock Hard.
He said he was here.
Juice Robinson. Don't
Rock Hard.
Don't say yo, because that's his fucking name in this company. Rock Hard, Juice Robinson.
He's Rock Hard.
I mean, if I was dating
Tony
Storm, I would be too.
Is always Rock Hard.
Listen,
he's Rock Hard.
I mean, if I was dating Tony Storm, I would be too.
Listen, man.
He's like titanium, rock hard. Juice Robinson.
If I was dating Tony Storm, I would be too.
Listen, very lucky man. I talked to this guy before.
Don't nobody want no business with Rock Hard Juice. I'm telling you, you don't want that Rock Hard Juice. Because that Rock Hard Juice will change your life. I'm telling you.
I talked to this man before. You don't want to be on his bad side, bro. I'm telling you. He
when you catch that Rock Hard
crazy.
Juice,
it's crazy.
I can't no more.
Okay, stop. I understand it's a joke here, but man.
I was about to say something so dirty, but I'm not gonna do it.
Say bye to all money you would have made. Hey yo, Aiden tripping.
Hey what?
Aiden.
Hey yo.
Aiden, stop it, bro.
Hey yo. Hey yo.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, so
for the fans,
we have it all here. Bullet Club Gold is here.
The Bang Bang Gang.
They arrived to the ring where Tony asked them what their issue is with Ricky Starks, including the attack backstage at Double or Nothing. Jay says that Ricky must feel like he's on top of the world right now, eliminating both members of BC Gold. But, you know, we also have to remind him that he is also not the international champion because he also got eliminated. Juice then calls out FTR for helping Starks in the attack because, quote, we all know Ricky Starks ain't got no friends. Jay then runs down the champ saying that they didn't expect them to be dumb enough to get involved in the Bang Bang Club's business.
It's the Bang Bang Gang. The Bang Bang Gang.
Then
the Bang Bang Gang is
the
he
said club
thing that has ever been said on OTB.
Well, that's
said club.
Name. That's their name.
But it is gang. I know that, but he said club.
He really said the Bang Bang Club.
What do you want me to say?
He said it.
He said club. He said club. What do you want me to say?
I missed this from. I'll be fully transparent. I missed it. I was dealing with my nephew.
He said club.
The Bang Bang Club.
He said club. He said club.
Getting
it's usually Bang Bang Gang, but he said club.
Get him off the mic. Bang Bang Gang or Bang Bang Club should never be said.
Well, blame Juice. Well, blame Juice Robinson. Blame him.
Juice was the initial one that said it, not Jay.
It makes sense.
Jay was kind of for Juice to
Juice
say
Robinson,
it,
right? Because feel me, rock hard Juice all day. But Jay White, the Bang Bang Gang is crazy.
Phil got old man ears. I heard club. If you said gang, then I just wrote the wrong word. But still, either way, it should not be said on television. I'm sorry.
I mean, we have people saying
but either
sesame
way,
every
FTR
week,
came
so
out.
it's not the craziest thing.
Well, I mean, like they said, last year everybody was horny in the world of professional wrestling. So apparently we're just going to continue on that streak into 2023.
No, the streak has ended. No one's been horny in months in professional wrestling.
I mean,
Scissor Me Daddy Ass has calmed down. You feel me? Dominic and Rhea went from Dom submissive to like they're just a couple now. I'm half expecting them to kiss every week on TV. I don't want them to. I myself to sleep every night, but it doesn't matter. Feel me? I'm half expecting it. Don't do it, please. I don't want to cry.
Listen. I was kind of going through it tonight in the main event, bro. So don't.
Adam Cole and Britt Baker.
Let's see the differences.
Well, there.
And he just left. All right, so that's fantastic. He's gonna come back. I know he's gonna come back, but I mean, I can't just not have it to two for right now.
Well,
but he will be back, guys. He just he clicked something. Yeah. But FTR seemingly had enough of this, and the champs head down to the ring for a confrontation. Jay and Juice. It should have been Jin. Dude, imagine if Jay White's name was Jin. Jin and Juice, bro. It's right there. You could have done Gin and Juice. Gin and Juice. Right there.
That's crazy.
Would have been so good, bro. I mean, come on now.
White.
Jay and Juice argue. They argue over whether FTR are here to get hostile or to apologize. And Jay says that they're here to join BC Gold. If the champs want to join, all they have to do is ask, but do it politely. You gotta be polite nowadays, bro. You just gotta be polite nowadays.
Yes, be polite, man.
This leads to a standoff between the two teams until Robinson clocks Dax in the face with a row of quarters.
That's murder. That is murder. Attempted murder.
He just hit him with a row of quarters.
That's attempted murder.
It gets beat down by by BC Gold here, with Jay and Juice talking them down until Ricky Starks arrives to stop them with a steel chair. BC Gold then hightail it out of there and into the crowd as Ricky lays down the challenge to Jay White and Robinson for next week. I apologize. And they said that they're going to finish this off next week. Ricky's music hits and BC Gold escape through the crowd. So I don't know what's going to happen next week. I don't know if it's going to be a 6-man tag team match. I don't know if it's going to be a tag team match or whatever. But they said they're going to end it next week. And
they announced that it's going to be Ricky Starks versus Jay White next week.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. They're going to end it next week in the singles match. I like... Because if they're gonna continue doing the whole BC Gold and FTR thing, I'm very much about that. I am. I think BC Gold and FTR would just do great things in the ring together. I've seen a lot of things going on right now about how Jay White's being buried in AEW. They have no idea what they're doing with him. I want to ask you that. Are you okay with what AEW is doing right now with Jay White? Because I know a lot of people really aren't right now. How are you feeling about Jay White and AEW so far within the first 2 months?
I ain't gonna say he's buried because he's only been there 2 months.
Exactly.
Let's wait at least 6 months. At least 6 months. And if he's still in the same position, then yeah, they fucking him over. But 2 months, it's only been 2 months. Give it time. But then again, you also can't really trust Tony Khan because he's known to give he'll they'll have all this momentum and then he'll just stuff the bitch.
Here's the thing with me when it comes to Jay White, okay? You gotta start somewhere.
Yeah.
You gotta start somewhere. You can't just put him up to the top. If he was going to the top already when he just immediately came into the company, I would be pissed off. I would be because once you get to the top, there's only going down. You're only going downhill from there. You gotta start somewhere. And I mean, you put him into the International Championship scene, which is a perfect spot for him right now. You're gonna mix him up with the tag team champions right now in FTR. That's a perfectly fine part for him right now. You gotta work him up. Just because Jay White has this big name and everybody knows about him does not mean you should just put him right at the top of the card right off the bat, to me. Yeah. Everybody has their own spot. You just got to figure it out.
Now, if it's 6 months from now, he's still in the same spot, then we can talk. That's a good story.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair to say. But I mean, you gotta start somewhere. You can't just put him right to the top right away because if you do, there's only downhill you can go.
Yeah,
you don't want to see him going down. You want to see him go up.
Yeah. I think Tony gonna do right by Jay White.
And it's Jay motherfucking White, bro. I mean, who cares? As long as he's on television. As long as he's on television, obviously the Elite are going to do right by him. He would not have signed on with AEW if he did not think he was going to be treated okay. Because would you think he'd be doing the exact same stuff in WWE?
No, not really.
If the 24/7 title was still a thing, bro, he'd be chasing that within 2 weeks.
Well, but we gotta realize though. Look who's in charge.
I understand this is Triple H now, but I mean, I don't think he would be treated the same. I really don't.
I highly doubt that because you gotta remember something. Triple H is a fucking mark. He sounds like look at Adam Cole for example, and Finn Balor, and pretty much anybody he signed from the indie scene into NXT. Bobby Roode, what's his name? Fucking Shinsuke Nakamura, all of them.
Well, what happened with Shinsuke now, bro?
Well, yeah, that's not Triple H's fault. If Jay White would have gone to WWE, he would have been just fine. As long as Triple H is behind the wheel, he would have been just fine. Because Triple H is a mark, so he would have been treated right.
I mean, I hope you're right, bro. I mean, at the end of the day, Jay White made the decision to go to AEW after that abysmal episode of Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania. Now, whether that's the right decision or not by him, that remains to be seen because he's only been here for 2 months.
We'll see a year from now.
But we'll see. I'm not going to say he's buried automatically because he's only been here for 2 months, and that's just not even right to say right now. Having the word buried and Jay White in the same sentence, like, you should be thrown in jail for that offense. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Just give it time. Be patient. That's what I fucking like. I love professional wrestling, but I hate professional wrestling fans, bro, because they're never fucking patient.
Oh, they're very impatient. Very.
Be patient, and you'll figure things out. So we go backstage when Tony Khan is awaiting the announcement for AEW Collision, and the debut episode from the United Center will feature CM Punk. Now, we talked about this earlier on in the open, but CM Punk being a part of the first ever AEW Collision show, I mean, we all knew it was happening. I knew it was happening when they fucking said it was gonna be in the fucking United Center. Okay? Like, it's the second coming. It's the second coming of the second city saint. We'll see what happens.
And notice,
I'm personally
again,
excited for it. But
yeah, and once again, Tony Khan did
We'll
not blink. He did not blink.
guy just doesn't blink, bro. I don't know what you want me to say. But it's the second coming of the second city saint. CM Punk is officially back in AEW, starting at AEW Collision on June 17th. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
I personally, though, did not expect the announcement to be CM Punk. I thought that that AEW were gonna bank on the fact of the rumor of CM Punk being at the United Center like they did for that AEW Rampage show. The second Rampage, I believe. Yeah, it was the second. It was the second episode of Rampage. I thought they were gonna bank on the rumor, like they did again, like they did last time when Punk returned to professional wrestling. But they didn't. They did the announcement of CM Punk here. Were you okay with the announcement of CM Punk here and not having it be banked on for the announcement, or were you just okay with this? Because I mean, I've seen a lot of people talking.
Not gonna lie, it caught me off guard. I ain't gonna lie. The announcement caught me off guard because I wasn't expecting them to announce it. Like, yeah. I mean, we all knew it was happening, but it still should have been a surprise. Like, we all knew it was gonna happen, but still, you know.
Right.
He was gonna be there regardless. So, like, I guess I don't see no issue with
it. It's gonna be cool to see. You know, AEW Collision's the first episode of AEW Collision gonna feature CM Punk. Now that CM Punk is gonna be involved in AEW Collision, and it is confirmed, what would you book as the first ever main event of that show?
Whew, that is tough. I would.
Because I'm putting CM Punk in the main event, bro. I am. I'm putting CM Punk in the main event.
Shit, if that was the case, CM Punk versus Samoa Joe.
That's interesting. I'd be down for that. I'd be down for that. I'd be down for that. But hear me out. I don't know if you saw my video on this or whatever. But what if to rekindle that feud between CM Punk and MJF? Imagine if MJF was contractually obligated to be a part of the first ever AEW Rampage, and he was supposed to have a match. And he is contractually obligated to defend his championship on the first ever AEW Collision. Imagine if they did CM Punk versus MJF for the AEW World Championship, because let's face it, bro, he never lost that championship. He didn't lose it.
I mean, if they
did that. If they did that, hold on. If they did that, then the Elite, imagine if the Elite cost CM Punk the World Championship to start their feud for All In. Because I personally think we're going to see something between CM Punk and the Elite at All In. I think it just makes sense. You do something with that.
Mm. I
But if you
mean,
don't want to do that, and you don't want to revisit that, wormhole, you do CM Punk and Samoa Joe. That just makes the most sense.
MJF and CM Punk, they gotta have another match considering, they want to get each other, so they gotta have a tiebreaker. But I ain't gonna say the first episode of Collision, maybe like a pay per view or some shit. I don't know. But I mean, if you wanna,
Yeah.
make that shit so
I don't know,
special,
man.
MJF and CM Punk, I'm not against it.
I mean, Tony Khan would do something ballsy like that, putting CM Punk right into the fucking title picture right away, just to, get the ratings up. You know he would do something that
But
ballsy
then
and nuts.
again, I don't think Tony's gonna have him lose his first match back in like
That's
almost a
why
year.
I would say the Elite come over. That's why I said the Elite would cost him the championship. That way we can get the Elite and CM Punk. The Elite versus CM FTR, because that would have FTR get into the mix. But I don't know. I don't know. But if anything, if you don't want to open that can of worms again, if you don't want CM Punk and the Elite to work together or whatever, because of their history, you do CM Punk and Samoa Joe. I think that just makes the most sense. Because CM Punk wants to work with Joe. There's a lot of history there. Make it happen.
Yeah.
So we're back at ringside, and we have the three-way between Trent Beretta, Big Bill, and Swerve Strickland. This was actually a very intriguing three-way match to go about things with, but this was fun. This was fun
Mm-hmm.
for what it was. The action throughout the entire thing was pretty decent, and Swerve Strickland got the win. I was very happy about that one. I mean, Swerve Strickland getting the win, good stuff there.
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping it was going to be Swerve. So we saw Trent. He tries to intercept Big Bill on the apron, but is sent off with a chokeslam, only for Swerve to drop the big man off the apron with a double foot stomp to steal the cover on Trent for the win. 1, 2, 3, and Swerve got the win. So a very nice triple threat here. I'm just gonna call it a triple threat because it's just what we know it as in WWE. I know they call it three-way, four-way, trios match, whatever. It's a triple threat. It's a triple threat. Very nice, easy triple threat here. Basically the winner of this match, without even really being it said, got an international championship match next week on Dynamite because Swerve has an international title match next week against OC. So it's cool. Do you think Swerve takes the title next week?
I hope so.
I still personally want it to be Miro, but if it's Swerve, I'm not complaining.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be Miro. I don't think so.
So, up next, first we saw a video package of Kris Statlander's return from Double or Nothing, beating Jade Cargill for the TBS Championship. Looks fucking fantastic. I love it. But we got back to ringside where we saw Renee welcome the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass. They are on stage and they were addressing their loss at Double or Nothing. Gunn feels especially bad for letting the Acclaim down that night, but Caster says not to feel bad because before calling themselves the People's Choice, Bowen says their goal remains the same, after what went down in their loss. They lost the tag team titles, but now, with all that being said, they want to win some gold again, but with this time, with Daddy Ass. Bones tells Gunn not to worry about it because the Acclaimed love him, and everybody loves the Acclaimed. Crowd then cheers on before we get a rundown of what's to come later on tonight as Dynamite rolls on. So, they want the trios titles, bro. They want Billy Gunn to hold a championship one more time before he hangs up the boots. Do they get it done? Do you see the Acclaimed and Billy Gunn hold trios gold at some point before Billy Gunn calls it quits?
I wouldn't put a past on the count, honestly. I wouldn't.
To me, though, this isn't like a this isn't like a Jeff Jarrett situation for me, though. This isn't. And I know probably people are probably going to call me hypocrites for that, but I don't care. Because Billy Gunn can Jeff Jarrett isn't actually that bad in the ring either now. I don't know. I really don't know. I just like Billy Gunn. If Billy Gunn were to win, a championship with the Acclaimed, I wouldn't mind it.
And the funny part
I just don't want Jeff Jarrett on my TV.
And the funny part is Billy Gunn is older than Jeff Jarrett. That's the funny part.
Like Billy Gunn, he looks like he can still go, and he still can. Jeff Jarrett can still go. I'm not, questioning his skills in the ring still at this point, because he actually did pretty well at Double or Nothing in that match against FTR. But I just don't like seeing Jeff Jarrett on TV. and that's just my personal bias. I mean, I guess it's fine, but it is what it is. But I don't know. Do they get it done? Who knows? Wouldn't put it past TK, but we'll see. Obviously, I don't see them being the ones to beat the House of Black, though. That's not happening. House of Black should hold those championships for a long time.
They should.
So we come back from commercial break, and Tony Schiavone is once again back in the ring to welcome Don Callis.
Ooh.
Accompanied by Takeshita, Callis heads down to the ring amidst major boos from the crowd. This crowd legitimately did not allow Callis to speak.
Ooh.
The heat that Callis has is beautiful. You could not hear a single word Callis was saying because of the crowd tonight, bro.
And he's bald, too.
He is bald. But yeah, this was insane, the amount of heat that Callis has. So Callis heads to the ring. Amongst the boos, Tony asked about what happened at Double or Nothing while addressing his, quote, new protege in Takeshita. Callis says that he hopes those boos are for Kenny Omega, claiming he is the real victim here, which gets the crowd to boo even louder, and putting himself over as being the reason for Kenny's success throughout his entire career. Every morning, Don Callis has to wake up looking at that scar, which he blames Kenny Omega for. He says that Kenny destroyed his family, and he may have lost a nephew, but he gained a son. He was pointing to Takeshita. He puts Takeshita over as the best athlete he has ever seen, saying he's better than a list of Japanese legends and even better than Okada. And he will soon show that he is better than Kenny Omega. There's a reason why they called Okada there, though.
We will see Okada.
I do have to believe that there's a reason why they called out Okada. And
Forbidden Door.
Exactly. That's what I think. We're probably going to get Okada and Takeshita at Forbidden Door, which sign me the fuck up.
Sign me, inject it into my veins.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's great. Takeshita then took the mic to address the crowd in Japanese before promising in English that they will destroy the Elite and Kenny Omega. Don then takes the mic back, saying that he is going to build a new family to cut the Elite out of all Elite wrestling. So it's just going to be all wrestling, according to Don Callis, which,
It's not going to be AEW, it's going to be AEW.
AEW, all wrestling. It's just all wrestling. It's all wrestling all the time. It's just all wrestling. Building a new family to take out the Elite. This just confirms, but also doesn't confirm their affiliation with the BCC. I have no doubt about it that they'll be a part of the BCC.
Mm-hmm. They are.
So we got Darby Allin and OC Orange Cassidy taking on the Gates of Agony. This was a star-making performance for the Gates of Agony. This was fantastic.
Fantastical.
This was great. And I'm loving this Darby Allin Orange Cassidy pairing. I don't know why I dig it so much. I think it's just because they're total fucking opposites of each other. And it just works. I'm not saying you need to go out there with the goddamn tag titles or anything like that, but I am loving the way
he's back.
OC and Darby Allin are coming out on television.
Sorry.
No worries, bro.
He's back.
We just got to the OC Darby match. Yeah, so we just got to the OC and Darby match with the Gates of Agony. I thought the Gates of Agony looked fantastic here against these two. I personally would say like a star-making performance for these two. The Gates of Agony should be used a lot more. And I want to see them used a lot more because they're great.
Yeah, they should. I like the Gates of Agony. I hope they become major players within the tag team division. I need AEW or Ring of Honor Collision. Just get them on my TV screen more, Tony. Okay?
And like I said, this
Agreed.
Darby and Orange pairing, it shouldn't work, but it does.
Opposites attract.
This Darby and Orange pairing should not work, but it did.
The best tag
and it
teams
has
are the
been
ones,
for the last few weeks.
The best tag teams are the ones where they're complete opposites of each other.
So yeah, this is good here. We saw we saw an orange punch by the Chain of Dive from Darby Allin. Khan goes for Cassidy, but he takes him out with a stun dog of Millionaire by Cassidy and a destroyer by Darby Allin. Orange then dives the outside and holds off Toa while Darby hits a coffin drop on Khan for the pinfall victory. And Darby and OC pick up the win here in this tag team match. Swerve, Nana, and Brian Cage approach the pair in the ring, but is cut off by the returning Sting! It's Sting! The Stinger!
The grandpa is back.
Stingsky!
The Stingsky, bro.
The Icon! The Stingsky. Come on now, bro. The Icon arrives with his bat. And yeah, the Mogul Embassy, they went away. They escaped the ring. And Sting is back.
The Stingeroni.
Sting is back. So there you go.
Excuse me.
It's a fun tag team match and the return of Sting. What more could you ask?
Yes, Sting is back.
Sting.
It's the Stinger.
I'm still mad we never got Sting versus Great Muta as one of his final matches.
Dude, that would have been so good. So good. Yeah.
I mean, him and Shinsuke was fucking really good. I like that match.
Yeah. You guys actually haven't seen that match, by the way.
That
match. Go check it out.
That match right there showcased that Shinsuke is him. And this is the Shinsuke Nakamura that we should have been getting in WWE, or at least on the main roster, for the last 5 years. But we haven't. Because Vince.
Yeah. We came back from commercial break.
The flavor to Shinsuke.
Yeah. And Tony Schiavone is getting his steps in as he's back into the ring for another interview.
He's getting his steps in.
He is welcoming somebody, but he's interrupted by Hook. I don't know if Hook was going to be the person he was announcing anyway, but he just said, "You know what? Fuck it, Tony. I'm just
it's
gonna
Hook. Hook can do whatever he wants. He can do whatever.
Hook can do whatever he wants, and it's fine." So it comes out.
Come on.
Tony addresses Hook's involvement at Double or Nothing before asking what is next for him. The FTW champion was about to speak, but then Jose, El Perro Pelagroso, and this wasn't Roosh. Who was the? It was his brother. It was his brother.
Fuck. Isn't Dragon Lee his brother?
He has two. Dragon Lee is a part of it.
Where'd it come from?
Who the fuck?
You know what I say? Fuck all niggas named Jose.
Well, damn. Oh, I see why. I get why.
Damn. Oh my god. Here, I'm just looking up the faction. I'm just looking up the faction. Here we go.
There was some dude in a mask.
I'm just looking up the faction.
It's Roosh, Dralistico.
That's it. That's the guy that was out there. I don't understand why I couldn't think of that, but it was Dralistico. Why couldn't I think of that? All I had to think is Kalisto, but it's just Dralistico instead. That's it. Whatever happened to Kalisto?
That nigga said Kalisto.
Whatever happened to
bro?
Whatever happened to him?
His name's Samurai del Sol, some shit like that.
Samurai del Sol.
Soul, I think.
I think he's in DDT Pro or something like that.
He showed up once in AEW and then he just left.
Was it him or Lince Dorado that got in trouble with Chris Jericho?
Yeah, I think it was Lince.
I think it was probably one of the Lucha not Dragons. It was one of the Lucha House Party members.
I mean, they all got fired, but because one of them
I know
the show.
Yeah.
And they were like,
well,
I think they were on the tribute show for Brody Lee.
Yeah.
Was it? I think it was Kalisto. Cause then they got on him for misspelling They got on for misspelling John Hubert.
Oh. Yeah. His wife got pissed about that. It's fuck Lindsay Dorado anyway.
It was Kalisto. It was Kalisto. I just looked it up. Yeah. Yeah, Jericho got on Kalisto. For
big brain. I knew I remember that nigga for something.
For misspelling him. But yeah, he showed up once in AEW and just never showed up again. It's probably because of this. But yeah.
All I know is it's fuck Lindsay Dorado.
But yeah, it was Joe Listico.
All I know is
it was Joe Listico that was down here. It was Joe Listico that was out here because of all this. And
all I know is fuck Lindsay Dorado. If you know, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Jose said that they're taking their opportunity now, and he told Vance and Joe Listico to show Hook what they're all about, and they go to beat up Hook until Jungle Boy Jack Perry comes back to even the odds with a steel chair, hands Joe Listico and Vance the steel chair shot to the back for each of them. They got laid out. Jose then went for a ride himself because he got hit into it was like a headlock suplex or whatever. And yeah, Jungle Hook is back together. Or somewhat, or so we think. I don't know. That's what they called them. They called them Jungle Hook. And I guess they're back. Which is kind of a...
Imagine we get a match. Imagine we get a match with all of Hook's amalgamation partners. So it's gonna be Jungle Hook / Hookhausen / who was the other one? There's another one.
I've only known the two, but
Orange Cassidy?
No, I don't think OC ever did one with him. I don't know. I've only known the two, but
yes, it's gonna be a 3-way match.
Well, I mean,
it's gonna be Hookhausen and Jungle Hook versus Los Ingonobles de AEW.
Hey, it's
Los Ingonobles de Fashion.
Not Fashion and Gubernable. It's Fashion and Gubernable. I can't fucking speak Spanish for shit, so whatever.
Spanish me, bitch.
I can't speak Spanish for shit, but I know it's the right way.
I will have you brought up on those allegations. I will bring you up on allegations, Phil. Stop playing with me.
I can't speak Spanish for shit, but I know it's Fashion and Gubernable. I know.
You know what's funny? He took Spanish. That's cool, apparently.
I took Spanish for like 4 or 5 years. I don't know shit.
I'm pushing those allegations in the group chat tonight.
It's all right. Listen, I don't care. You push it. You push hella allegations on me regardless, for whatever fucking reason it is. I could just be minding my own business, and I look in that chat and I was like, why the fuck y'all say fuck me for? What I do now?
It's because we love you, Phil. It's because we love you.
I love how you actually think that's
plus
true.
We have to draw you out somehow.
I love how you guys actually think that's true.
You kind of just sit in the corner.
I love watching the chaos happen. I love watching the chaos happen until it happens to me.
You're tagging your wrestlers in your hate tweets. You got wrestlers snapping
Jericho
on you on
liked
Twitter.
my tweet again about the main event, bro. He liked what I had to say about the main event. So he likes me. Everybody else just doesn't understand.
You're doing well. Yeah, but for you, But no, you're not in good graces on Twitter. Right?
Bro, I swear to God, I was doing the Double or Nothing stream, right? And then Weaver said, "Oh, Phil posted a video of someone watching NXT at AEW." I was like, "Oh, that's funny. Whatever." I get on Twitter, bro. I see like 3 wrestlers talking about it. I was like, "Damn, it's not even that deep."
And guess who one of them wrestlers was? Alex Kane. Alex Kane was one of them.
I'm trying to get that man on an interview. I was like, "Yep, I'm just gonna scrap that one."
Damn.
So we're backstage and we see Renee talking to Toni Storm. She asks how this reign is going to feel differently than her first reign. And they basically put over the fact that Toni is defending the championship in a House Rules show this weekend. Well, because that's what a fighting touring champion does. So I don't know if that was just a fucking dig to both Jamie Hayter and Thunder Rosa, but it definitely felt that way. Jamie, I can't fucking, be too upset about.
Storm got something else to say about my baby Jamie Hayter. I got this titanium right here, no Cody Rhodes. All right, stop talking about Jamie Hayter. Stop it.
Jamie Hayter, you can't even really fucking go on about because she was legitimately injured. I'm not saying that Thunder Rosa isn't, but she had to give up her championship because of the injury to her back.
Plus, it ain't really Thunder Rosa's fault. We were just picking on Thunder Rosa at this point.
I mean, basically every episode of
now I gotta get this titanium rod back in.
Basically every episode of AEW All Access, there was just at least one dig at Thunder Rosa in each episode. So I mean, that whole show was just a dig at Thunder.
It was basically the fuck Thunder Rosa show.
Honestly, and I really did feel like it was that because at least once an episode there was a dig to her.
Thunder Rosa to be minding her business. I don't know why. Hey,
just
fuck this bitch, dog. Fuck this bitch.
Yeah, like she's trying to get better for
just needed
the
to
women's
share
locker room.
That 50 Cent clip every week.
What you say fuck me for?
So now we got the TBS Championship.
That 50 Cent clip every week, bro.
We got the TBS title match next. That's Kris Statlander defended against Nyla Rose, and this was a damn good TBS title match, bro.
Finally, a TBS champion who can wrestle more than 5 minutes.
Dude,
and I like
I'm so happy this fucking title's off of Jade.
No, and I like Jade Cargill, but it was time for her to get that title up.
I fuck with Jade, but her 500-day reign was not all that impressive when her championship reigns were less than 5 minutes each, and she really didn't get much TV time.
Yeah, the TV time.
I fuck with Jade heavy. I think she's massively improved in the ring. She has.
Oh, she has.
I can't take that away from Jade.
She has.
She's improved in the ring, and she's also improved on the mic. But you can't take that away. But at the end of the day, the TBS Championship was A, holding her back, and B, she was holding the championship back.
Yes. She should be competing for the women's title. The main women's title.
So it was just time. It was time. It wasn't time for Taya to take it, because that story made no sense. So I was fine with her beating Taya. But I was just very happy that Kris
their whole story
was
that,
I bet
the whole story was they did the move. That was the whole story. You do my move, I do your move.
I've been seeing this a lot lately. That why are you guys so happy? So happy. Why is everybody like that's an AEW fan so happy that Kris Statlander automatically gets this TBS championship when they probably watch WWE and they shit on it when Charlotte Flair does the same thing. Charlotte Flair is not the same thing as this.
Actually, well, I think
This is
actually
not
people are
Charlotte
happy
Flair.
about that. People are actually happy about that because fuck Ronda Rousey, but
No, I'm just saying Charlotte in general, because anytime Charlotte gets television, she just automatically gets into the championship picture.
well, see,
I'm
the
just saying
difference
Charlotte
is
as a
the
whole when it
difference
comes
is
to that,
Kris
not just because of
Statlander.
Ronda.
The difference is because Kris Statlander ain't winning the title every chance she gets. She's not winning the title every other month, unlike Charlotte Flair.
Kris only got back to that place because she was already going to be put in that spot before she got injured.
Mm-hmm.
Kris was always going to be the one to beat Jade, but because of the injury, it just had to be derailed a lot longer than it had to be.
Mm-hmm. And we had to suffer.
Kris was
through a
always going to be
500-day
that
title
spot.
reign. We had to suffer through a 500-day
Kris
title
was
reign
actually
because of it.
supposed. Kris was actually supposed to be Jade when she was 30-0.
No, they were gonna go to
Because
50.
of the
They were gonna do it. They were gonna do it.
she was supposed to be Kris. She was supposed to be Jade at 30-0, but because of the injury, they couldn't. So they had to prolong that thing until she got back, and she just got put right back into the place where she did. She didn't step on any toes. She didn't just say, "Hey, no, fuck all you guys. I'm gonna get my shot back." Nah, Tony just said, "Listen, we'll just put you right back to where you were."
I'm happy that Jake Cargill lost, but I'm also it's kind of crazy that both Bianca and Jake Cargill lost in the same weekend. Bianca, Jake Cargill, and Cody Rhodes. All the black
And you
folks
know what,
lost.
bro?
All the black folks lost, bro.
I love Bianca, but I was happy with both.
I
I
was
was
happy
happy
with
with
both too,
both.
but I'm just saying, seeing Cody, Bianca, and Jake Cargill, all the black folks losing, bro. Especially Cody, bro.
All
The
the
civil rights activist. Come on, man.
When you said Cody.
He is.
But
He's actually Martin Luther King, bro.
but Zay, how do you feel about all this, man? I mean, Jade Cargill, TBS Championship. We all know how we all feel about that. But Kris Statlander getting comparisons when it comes to Charlotte Flair automatically getting opportunities. How do you feel about that, bro?
I love Kris Statlander
Yep.
so much. She's amazing.
Yeah.
I like everything she does.
She looks fantastic.
So, I'm for her being champion forever. I'm fine with that. I'm kidding, but I love it. I
No,
think
you're
the match
not.
was fantastic. I think there's so much more we could do with this. I'm ready for a long, prosperous reign.
Yeah.
Make this title mean something. And also another thing.
Yeah.
Why is every time there's a new
Kris
women's
is going to
champion,
get this championship back on track.
anyone knows? Every time there's a new women's champion, their first opponent is always Nyla Rose. It's
She's
crazy.
just a very serviceable person in the ring, man. I'm not mad at Nyla being that kind of a person.
I ain't mad either. I'm just noticing it. I like Nyla. She cool. She cool.
She's very serviceable. She knows how to get heat with the crowd. She's, a very powerful individual in that ring. She knows what she's doing.
She knows her shit.
I wish she wasn't paired up with Marina Shafir, but I mean that's a different story.
She's still around. She's still around.
Yeah, that's who she was with tonight before she walked to the back. That was Marina.
Is she the one that's married? Is she the one that's married to Roderick Strong?
That's Roderick Strong's wife. Yeah.
Roderick. Why did you leave her at home, man? You don't know me.
So Stat, she looks to follow up, but is sent into the corner by Nyla, only for the champ to narrowly avoid a corner attack by escaping to the outside, where she's met with a senton by the former women's world champion. Nyla is back in control, bringing the TBS champion back into the ring before hitting a chokeslam for a near fall. Statlander then gets an opening, taking Nyla down before climbing to the top, hitting a 450 splash. Beautiful 450 splash. It connects for the win. 1, 2, 3. And now is it. Statlander retained the TBS Championship here. And she's looking good, man. She's looking good. She's really looking good after the injury. Good stuff.
Big pop. Huge pop.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. She's going to make this championship get back on track.
Yes.
And then it was time for the main event. Main event time, mixed tag team match. AEW was explaining the rules of a mixed tag team match. Not to be confused with apparently an intergender tag team match. Apparently, from what AEW's logic was. They were saying the men can only be with the men. Yeah.
That's new. I didn't know that.
They were explaining that to the new people.
I guess because they didn't want they wanted motherfuckers to know, hey, we ain't doing it tonight.
Men can only hit the men.
Just know the possibility.
Now if it was
men can only hit the men, and women can only hit the women.
Smacking the fuck out of.
Well, he's gone again.
God damn it! What the fuck happened?
His phone was knowing him. His phone was probably dead.
But yeah, they were explaining things on commentary.
I totally didn't know that.
Explaining things on commentary, saying not to be.
That's new to me, man.
That's what they were saying. Yeah, only men could fight the men, and the women can only fight. And only the women can fight the women. Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
That's new to me, man. That's new to me.
So they were even saying it's like if Adam Cole tagged in Britt Baker at any point in this match, Saraya would have to be Saraya is automatically the legal person. No tag is needed. It's kind of crazy, man.
What?
You know,
that's so
it's wild.
Wow.
And vice versa. If Adam Cole was tagged in, Jericho would be automatically put in, and no tag would be needed. Man, it's kind of crazy.
Damn, that's crazy, bro. That is
it's
so
wild,
crazy.
Bro. It's wild. So, this was honestly way better than. It's not way better than I expected, but honestly, I wanted this a lot more than I wanted the unsanctioned match at Double or Nothing. I wish this is what they were building towards for Double or Nothing. I do. This was honestly way better than the unsanctioned match at Double or Nothing. And honestly, I think that's fair to say.
Yeah, it for sure was.
I didn't mind the unsanctioned match, but I mean, this right here, this felt like this should have been the build-up for Double or Nothing.
Yeah. I don't know what the fuck that unsanctioned match was. Anything but
unsanctioned. Sabu just, he went through a table at like what age he is.
He's 58.
I think he's 58.
Yes.
He does not look 58. He looks a lot older than that, bro. Oh my god.
Nah, he's 58, man. He's 58.
Apparently, he got injured on that spot too.
I bet he did. Like, this ain't 2000. This ain't 1999, bro. You can't be doing crazy shit no more, bro. This ain't ECW, bro.
From what I heard, he got injured on that spot, and I'm like, bro, of course he did.
He shouldn't have been doing that shit. Go sit down, Grandpa.
So Cole, so Cole's back in the ring only to take a code breaker, but the Ocho only gets a near fall from this, which pissed him off. They're on their knees, trading strikes, slowly getting to their feet as Cole starts getting the advantage above both men, and we're right back onto the canvas. A tag to Saraya, which leads Baker to come in, and the ladies are now the ones, trading strikes back and forth until Saraya drops Baker on her head for a near fall. It was a pile driver, so it's not like she was going for like a normal move and she just got dropped on her head. It was a pile driver, but the crowd gasped and in shock because it was a nasty pile driver.
She tried to hurt your girl, Phil, man. She tried to hurt your girl.
Listen, I love both of you two, okay? But you're not trying to take out the doctor. You can't take the doctor out of commission. That's just not. That's not what we're about to do here.
Don't have Phil stressing.
I stress every time Saraya and Britt Baker are in the ring because I feel like they legitimately don't like each other. I don't know why, but I feel like they just legitimately don't.
They probably don't here.
And I'm like, guys, just be professional in the ring. Now, like, that's obviously, just a me thing. I don't know if that's legitimately true or not, but time they're in the ring together, it does not look like they
Phil's just stresses every time he's not with Britt Baker.
That's also true. But so Saraya Baker down right on her head for a near fall. Jericho is in the corner with the baseball bat, looking to hit Baker with it. He was locking on Britt Baker. He was not locking on Adam Cole. He was locking on to Britt Baker.
Wow.
And that would have got me pissed off. But she ducks it, and Cole hit him with a super kick. Then both Cole and Baker did a double super kick on Jericho. The bat goes flying, and then Cole makes a tag. Cole then lowers the knee pad, looking to deliver the boom, and it connects as the crowd yells boom. I love that. I don't know if the crowd should start doing that or whatever, but anytime he hits the boom now, the crowd goes boom. And this a great visual. That gave Cole the win in the main event for Britt and Cole, and they stand tall at the end of Dynamite. While Saraya and Jericho are on the stage, hugging each other, and they're basically just yelling at the baby faces as we go off the air, and that was it. Good Dynamite, good main event.
Yeah. Also, I just want to reiterate, Adam Cole, you're a lucky man.
Very much so. Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, Britt Baker was looking good tonight. Well, she looks good all the time, but she was looking extra good tonight.
Both of them looked really good in their like light blue attires. They were matching tonight. They were matching in their light blue attire.
The light blue attire was fire. I ain't gonna lie.
They were looking really good tonight. Like Deontay says, Britt Baker looks good every night. Hi, Britt. Hi. But yeah, I mean, they were great. This is like Zay said in the open of the show, these two legitimately have in-ring chemistry together. I mean, obviously they're a couple, so you would think they get into the ring and they mix it up from time to time. But these two, since being honestly paired up on television, because of their, pairing and everything like that in real life, they legitimately have that in-ring chemistry together to where you can see these two team on any given night and it's going to be good. And Saraya and Jericho, they looked good in here too, man. They looked great. I mean, I don't think they're going to be like a mainstay mixed tag team here in the division, but I mean, they weren't bad.
Mm.
So, overall, good Dynamite, man. Good stuff.
You definitely made up for that shit show of a Double or Nothing.
I wouldn't call it a shit show, but I understand a lot of people didn't
Okay,
care
well, I
for it.
wouldn't say a shit show, but it was definitely not a. It wasn't a great pay per view. It wasn't great.
Yeah.
You know.
It was definitely the weakest AEW pay per view in a while, but the in ring action to me wasn't all as bad as people made it seem.
Yeah, the last two matches saved that pay per view from being terrible. Honestly.
And that's that's a lot of people. That was a lot of people. I didn't really think the in ring action for everything wasn't all that bad, but I mean, you know, you have its points. It is what it is. But guys, that's it for AEW Dynamite post show right here on OTB. If you guys liked it, make sure to hit the like button, turn on the bell for all notifications. That way you never miss when we go live. We'll be live on Friday. I might have an extra for you tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. But if not, we'll see you live right here on Friday. And Tay, before you go, if you have anything to say, let's go.
You know where to find me. TikTok, NBA Tail 2 and NBA TikTok Wrestling. Twitter, DMI306. Instagram, Deontay_15. You know, like I said earlier, sponsored by Darby. Use my code NBA2, you get 10% off your order of Darby. And acknowledge your tribal chief, Jimmy Uso.
That's right, man. Can't wait to see what happens on Friday, man, with that 1,000-day celebration, because that's going to be, we're going to be looking for some blood. And it's going to be family's blood. And it's not going to be looking good for Jimmy or Jey Uso at that point. I really don't even think Jay's going to be safe. I don't.
No.
I don't think Jay's safe either.
No.
Hell, I don't even think anybody's safe. I don't even know if Solo is safe at this point, because Roman fears Solo for sure, but I don't know.
Roman fears Solo. He's not going to touch Solo. He fears
him. I just really don't think anybody's going to be safe, and that's going to be the kicker of everything. So we'll see you guys Friday. Have a good rest of the night. Stay safe. God bless, and we'll see you next episode of OTB. Peace.
This is...